Full Moon Soul Journeys, sharing stories to expand your consciousness and soul awareness. The Pisces experience is a return home. Having emerged from Source to experience the duality of soul and personality, the soul got to experience earthly life. Now it is sitting at the edges of existence, ready to dissolve into the ether from which it came, with a new maturity and fusion of soul and personality. This is the 0 point between the end and beginning of a spiritual evolutionary spiral. Can we master being multidimensional on the next cycle? When we come to Earth, we forget who we are. We are caught up in the human worries. At Pisces, we are reminded we chose to take this adventure into physical 3D incarnation, to dissolve limiting physical and mental conditions that would block the soul from being fully embodied, to remember their 5D energy, soul wisdom, and prophetic abilities, even if as a human they find it hard initially to translate all that information, to use these gifts to serve humanity. Realizing they are capable of great achievements, they move from World Saviour in Aquarius into the higher divine destiny of World Saviour. As World Saviour, they know they are here to lift the consciousness of the planet as part of humanity's awakening process, Ascension. And their role is to channel and direct the flow of divine love energy for the benefits of animals, plant kingdoms, and send ripples through human consciousness. However, it can come with huge expectations if the personality takes over. They never feel they have done enough, so they will overwork, overgive, and overstress their physical body. They feel very comfortable connected to their divine presence, to Source, divine intelligence, and experiencing psychic connections. They find happiness and peace by treating everything in life as a ground for spiritual self-growth and development. But they can feel very vulnerable and confused by earth energies and experiences. That can lead to the urge to want to go home. This can lead to substance abuse or other escapist practices. This is because their boundaries have been softened to enable their psychic and empathic abilities. Whilst this helps others who are having difficulty in understanding their own internal world, it impacts them when forging their own individual life path due to the confusion of not knowing where they end and start. The Saviour goals can also unconsciously create martyrdom and self-sacrificing behaviours. The trick is to acknowledge the truth of the ocean of human suffering without trying to avoid it, because they hold the frequencies of divine love to transmute that suffering. They need lots of time alone to retreat and to learn boundaries so they can let someone into their heart without letting them into their house. They may experience spiritual hygiene issues. If they are open and undisciplined, it can cause a confusion of sensations like entity attacks that are mistaken for psychic messages, or sympathy for those who do not deserve it. Being reborn as a divine child means creative activities and meditation are absolutely essential to their well-being and as tools to connect to their higher consciousness and help give meaning to this unstructured space. At 0 point, they have a life karmic review. All their timelines merging together and all their spiritual lessons landing at their feet for final resolution, so that they can move closer to perfection of the divine. Having to deal with these past life residues renders them introspective and difficult to understand. If asked what is wrong, a Pisces is not likely to know. After all, 0 point is a place where defined shapes have become shapeless forms of energy. When they are unified back with Source, they rediscover unlimited, unconditional love, infinite wisdom, true power, and deep inner peace. Here they realize that man creates the very illusions that keeps him asleep, that the mind creates the idea of separation, and the ego personality sustains the veil of illusion through fear. Once reborn, there's a great loneliness that nothing of this 3D world can alleviate. This dark night of the soul is required in order to release their soul from the bondage of their personality. As two fish, they are starting to experiment with the dual nature of life through the process of fusing soul and personality, reality, non-reality, instinctual and intuitive, dark and light. There are also 2 deaths. The first death, the ego battles in letting go of attachment, expectation, fear of losing themselves, wanting to keep things the same and resisting change. After a period of recreation and renewal, the second death is when the soul has to leave Source and return to its task of World Saviour, to be released again into humanity as the soul returns in a new cycle as Aries. With each cycle, we stand upon a truer foundation made of the divine. We become quantum humans in perfect balance.